Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. It is Julie here with your TipRanks pre-market morning update, where we're bringing you everything you need to know before the market opens. So let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back, and thank you all so much for being here. As usual, this morning we'll be taking a look at exciting stock market news, notable earnings reports, as there is a ton this week, plus which stocks are this morning's biggest gainers and losers. Just before we get into all of that, this is your friendly reminder that if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and that you're subscribed to the channel as well so you can stay up to date with all of our latest videos. Okay, let's get right into this morning's exciting stock market news. U.S. stock futures are mixed this morning, leaning slightly to the green after an interesting day in the market yesterday. We heard from Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, who indicated that interest rate hikes could begin as early as March. Currently, Dow futures are down 0.02%, S&P 500 futures up 0.17%, and NASDAQ futures up 0.32%. Apple is working on developing a new service that will turn iPhones into payment terminals to rival Block, the company formerly known as Square, who is the market leader in this space. Bloomberg reported that the company has been working on the feature since it paid $100 million for MobiWave in 2020. The report indicates that the new payment service will use iPhone's near-field communications NFC chip. Small businesses will be able to accept payments directly on their iPhones with the tap of a credit card or another iPhone. It's unclear whether Apple will brand the new payment service as part of its Apple Pay, and it's also not yet known whether the tech giant intends to partner with another payment network on the new service or go it alone. Their stock is currently rated a strong buy with an average upside of 13%. Electric vehicle charging solutions company BLNK Charging has inked a deal to install their EV charging stations at Bridgestone Auto Service centers. Bridgestone operates more than 2,200 tire and vehicle service outlets across the U.S. BLNK will be setting up 50 charging stations at 25 Bridgestone outlets as a pilot program. The partners will initially target markets with growing EV adoption, such as Austin, Denver, LA, and San Francisco. The tie-up with Bridgestone is part of BLNK's broader efforts to address the needs of EV drivers. Their stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of 110%. And Mattel, the makers of Barbie, have inked a multi-year global licensing agreement with Walt Disney. The agreement grants Mattel the opportunity to create innovative and inspiring lines based on Disney's iconic stories and characters, including their high-profile franchises, Disney Princesses, and Frozen. The agreement builds on the two companies' existing agreements for the Toy Story and Car franchises. The company will develop fashion dolls and figures based on characters including Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, and Little Mermaid, and should be available for sale starting in 2023. The Mattel stock is rated a strong buy with an average upside of 38%. Now moving over to notable earnings reports. All right, guys, we have a lot of earnings to go over this morning. I'm going to quickly recap a couple and then we'll take a closer look at some big names. In the pre-market this morning, we're still waiting to hear on MasterCard and Nucor. Coming in ahead of analyst expectations, we had JetBlue Airlines, Altria Group, and Blackstone. Missing on analyst expectations was McDonald's. The most notable earnings report last night was none other than Tesla, who delivered results that came in ahead of analyst expectations. Tesla reported quarterly revenues of $17.72 billion, which was up 65% from the previous year and surpassed analyst estimates of $16.35 billion. Their earnings per share for the quarter stood at $2.54, which was up 218% from the prior year, surpassing analyst estimates of $2.26. Their stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside of nearly 15%. We also heard from Intel, who came in with better than expected results for their fourth quarter, but did disappoint slightly on their earnings forecast. Their adjusted revenue came in at $19.5 billion, growing 4% year over year and ahead of analyst expectations of $18.32 billion, and adjusted earnings per share of $1.09, beating the estimates of 90 cents per share. However, looking at their non-GAAP earnings forecast, they are expecting 80 cents per share versus analyst expectations of 86 cents. The Intel stock is currently rated a hold with an average upside of 8%. We also heard from Levi Strauss. Their shares jumped in the after-hours trading after delivering strong fourth quarter results. For their fourth quarter, adjusted earnings per share more than doubled year over year to 41 cents, just beating analyst expectations of 40 cents. Their net revenues increased 22% year over year to $1.69 billion, almost in line with the consensus estimates of $1.68 billion. Their stock is currently rated a strong buy with an average upside of 48%. And just this morning in the pre-market, we heard from Southwest Airlines, who saw their revenue grow over 150% year over year. They've reported earnings of 14 cents per share versus the estimates of 5 cents per share on revenue of $5.1 billion versus the estimates of $5 billion. Their stock is currently rated a moderate buy with an average upside just shy of 25%. And the big names for earnings don't stop there. They continue into the after hours when we'll be hearing from Apple, Visa, Robinhood, Western Digital, and United States Steel. Now let's take a look at which stocks are this morning's biggest gainers and losers. Our biggest gainers this morning are led by the Galapagos stock after a Citigroup analyst raised their stock to a buy. Under the ticker GLPG, the stock is currently up 13%. They're followed by AMTD International under the ticker HKIB. They seem to be recovering after they dropped 35% a couple days ago following the announcement that they would be acquiring a majority stake in AMTD Digital. The stock is currently up over 12%. And ServiceNow under the ticker NOW, their stock is up over 11% after their earnings beat. Our biggest losers this morning are led by Teradyne. Their stock is down after their first quarter financial guidance fell short of Wall Street's estimates. Under the ticker TER, their stock is currently down 16.3%. They're followed by the Lending Club under the ticker LC, who actually just fell even further down 16.4%, putting them in the lead this morning following their fourth quarter results. And Alliance Data Systems under the ticker ADS down nearly 7% following their earnings. So that is going to be everything for Thursday's pre-market morning update, getting you up to speed with what you need to know before that opening bell. If you made it to the end of today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and say good morning in the comments down below. I always love hearing from you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you back here next time.